I love the anticipation before watching a film, knowing nothing about it. Hoping to be immersed and terrified, then wanting to tell everyone how wonderful the film is without spoiling its plot. The anticipation for this work didn't last long. I'm not keen on the actor Sean Harris's performance playing the villain in Mission Impossible Rogue Nation or in Prometheus, but to be balanced, he was terrific in that brilliant horror film years ago located in the London Underground, Creep. Alan Armstrong is also in this film and is a great TV and film actor, so even before this film begins, I'm not hopeful. However, putting aside my own negative thoughts about casting for this film, Possum, my mind is open and I really want this film to be special. I know it's a big achievement getting any film made, but the thing is this, all I'm interested in is the end result, what's up there on the screen. I'm always hoping to come across original horror films, and the title sequence for Possum is a good start. And I see Sean Harris is playing someone very creepy again. I want to be immersed in a film. I want to forget about the real world. What I don't want is to try and figure out what the hell is going on. I'm all for just going with the flow, hoping all will make sense, but after a monotonous, depressing tone for 52 minutes, I wanted to press the stop button and get on with watching something less irritating. I didn't care about how this story was going to end, but for the purpose of this video review, it's correct that I watch it until the end. Correct to watch it for you, that is, but I really wish I didn't bother. This film looks like a program filmed in the late 70s, when the scenes are set inside a rundown house. I was watching an old stage set being used. Hang on a minute, is this an actual stage play being filmed? I thought this because the set design is unbelievable. The writer and director, intentionally or unintentionally, could be inspired by old school British TV from when John Pertwee was Doctor Who, to the slow burn of Tales of the Unexpected. So with such inspiration, you'd expect something interesting to the eye. No, Possum's look and feel doesn't work. Here's the thing, there is a seriously creepy idea in this film which is not used to its full potential, which is a real shame. Even without the bizarre house set, this film's story is already bad. I'm surprised how this film survived the actual pitching process. The acting is lump and drawn out and theatrical. Alan Armstrong acts like he's playing an old nasty pantomime character from a 70s musical. And Sean Harris continues to ASMR his words. A few times I had to hit rewind because of his whispering that he always does. Because of the film's lack of energy, it's unable to keep me interested. I don't care about the two damaged characters in this story. This film does not connect with me in any way. I can imagine after a private screening with everyone who worked on it, everyone clapped and back-patted each other because what fun they had and how wonderful everyone was to work with. But I'm telling you now, and I'm not joking, if I was there, I'd have raised my voice over the congratulating crowd and said, "Hang on a minute everyone, there's a huge elephant in the middle of this comfy screening room. This work is seriously not good enough to even expect anyone to either buy it or pay to view." I acknowledge that this film has a thread of originality, but it misfires so badly. I really believe other critics in favour must have watched the wrong film, or they only focused on witnessing a few scenes. The irritating thing is this, there's about 2 or maybe 3 minutes at the most in this film where you see just how awesome Possum could have been, and what's even more frustrating is this writer and director should have focused on the scrapbook scene in the film, which reminded me of the Babadook. Now, if he got funding to have the images and the story in the black inked book animated, he would have ended up with a short film that would be absolutely terrifying. Possum is an hour too long, and it's actually based on a short story, and it's so unnecessarily stretched out, and its old style look makes its weak story sink even lower. I welcome horror stories that are depressing and uncomfortable to watch, and Possum is certainly depressing and uncomfortable, but for all the wrong reasons. This work is a wasted creative opportunity. The writer-director needs to work within a different creative team and never on his own. The story is boring, confusing, and with just under 3 minutes of on-screen brilliance. Why didn't anyone involved say, we really need to push for more of these brilliant moments? Maybe even rewrite the whole story, remove all other plot noise and keep it simple. Let's avoid making a film which will give people a bloody headache and piss them off because they have to go online to confirm what Possum's pretentious mess was actually about. The story is unbelievable. It doesn't work as a filmed nightmare or a dark fantasy either. And watching actors overact and witness them sometimes acting like children doesn't cut it for me. Possum is simply an experimental student horror film that says so much about the people behind the scenes who helped get it made. Check out my other YouTube channel, Horror Stories from the Clown.